Greetings and welcome to Mashinky. I'm KatherineOfSky and I am so thrilled to play this game for you guys because I've been waiting for it since January and it has not disappointed. I did a live stream the other day and it was absolutely fantastic. It was fun, but also the game is incredibly fun. And this is, I'll tell you a little bit about the game. It's inspired by Transport Tycoon and also Railroad Tycoon. The developer, Jan Zeleny, has been working on the game for like 7 years, as you can read here. And it shows. It is so beautifully polished and it looks cool and the transitions are awesome, but it's different than Transport Tycoon in that it has this sort of almost like a board game like mechanic where you use tokens to buy stuff, and I really like that system as opposed to just make a bunch of money and build stuff. So I'm hoping to show you all of those features as we play this Let's Play series. You should note this is the alpha build. This is pre-Steam. This is not on Steam yet. And when it gets on Steam, it's going to be the early access build. So this is before early access. And as we can see, not finished yet. Multiplayer. They're planning on multiplayer support for up to 8 players, which is awesome, I think. There's going to be train driver mode. We can already ride in the AI-controlled vehicles, which I'll show you as well. Some loose ends, finalized icons and tooltips, and you might see placeholders for graphics. The final game is going to include 7 eras from Steam Age to the future. Right now, the alpha build has 2 eras in it, which we'll be exploring. 16 different cargo types and 21 industries, 25 railway engines and 40 different wagons, more stories, quests, challenges, and game events, player-controlled trains, multiplayer up to 8 players, and mod support via the Steam Workshop for custom train sets, new industries, etc. That sounds amazing. We all know that mods extend the life of games, and I can already tell this game is just a gem. I'm loving it so far. And much more, including plans for other transport types. Yes, I have read that there might be, hopefully maybe, planes and trucks and boats. Kind of like Transport Tycoon has many different transport types. So that's the beginning screen, but let's start a new game. There are all kinds of settings that you can go into. The new game, you can do 3 different sizes of maps for now. I think we'll go for like a medium-sized map because it's really big. Then you can also choose how you want your terrain generated. Now, I've generated a number of maps, and terrain settings make a huge difference. If you do high density hills, you will get mountains, and it will be much more challenging because you're going to need to build tunnels and things like that. So I think we'll go for medium density hills. Forests, we can have low density, medium density, or high density. Now, forests, this is not like forests on Factorio. These forests are industries. They are where you pick up logs to turn into lumber. So high-density forest means it's going to be a very easy game because we'll have forests everywhere. I think we should go with low density. Now, this is not the same, as I recall, as just the flora on the ground, because there's going to be plenty of flora that we're going to see in the world. Or maybe we could go for medium density. Why not? We'll have more forest. Industry, I kind of want it low density because I like having lots of room for trains and train stations and stuff like that. Towns also, well, I think low density is fine because there are lots of towns on the map as it is, and we don't want to have the game to be too easy. Now, lakes, and I love how this preview image changes. This is fantastic as you go through the different options. Lakes are cool. Should we go medium density or high density? This makes a big difference in how many bridges we're going to have, obviously. Though we can make train bridges, of course, over other tracks. Let's go with a medium density, just to be a little bit different from the stream playthrough. All right, so let's start a new game. I love this little, the progress bar on the bottom. It's like a little train going across. All right, the first thing we're greeted with is a tutorial, and it's kind of important because it gives us a little bit of money. Basically, it's telling us to do just basic things like you click on the button to collect your reward. And here are our quests that we can do. And they are marked in different colors, like red are era quests. Oh, let me pause the game first. Which progress the game from one era to another. Now, those are kind of like the highest level of quests to do, and they usually require some materials to get to the next age. Event quests are big quests, which are part of the storyline. These might differ depending on your choices. And then tutorial quests explain new functions and sometimes reveal some of Mashinky's secrets. Now, that's what we're doing right now. Sandbox quests, these are individually generated tasks on the map, and those usually involve get lumber from here to there. Sometimes they're more generalized. But anyway, we'll click the button there. And then we have this basic tutorial of moving the map, WASD, and we get money for this. I think you can disable the tutorial somewhere if you have already seen it. All right, so then we can switch to construction mode, click on the bulldozer. We should move this out of the way there. All right, and then we can raise and lower, select the raising tool, which is here. It's very, very useful. There we go. We've got this stuff. Let's just... And now they're saying, aha, build rails from Swansea to northeast Lincolnshire, which, let's see, where is northeast Lincolnshire? Oh yeah, it does. I just need to click on it, and there it is. It's very, very handy how these things go along here. All right, I kind of, we'll get to that when we get to that. I'm kind of done with the tutorial at the moment. I'm going to switch to live view. This is one of the coolest features of this game, I think, is that there's this beautiful live view, which is quite realistic in its look. And then there's construction view, and you just click the space bar and you're done. There is no fussing about with other things, but as you can see, it's this kind of isometric view which allows you to build things quite easily, and you can see things much better on this kind of a view. Let's look at our map and see where we have a lot of towns up here for now. New towns do appear when the eras switch over. Towns grow with time. I think it's based on if you give them passengers or not. But we have a little pocket of towns here, one lonely little town here. Now, towns are generators of passengers and later mail. So they're going to be separate from our production of things like wood and coal. So we need to think of it in that way. We don't need to, for example, deliver goods to towns at the moment. So I want to check out and find some towns that are big enough to have a decent passenger generation rate. So if you look at Huntingdonshire here, it's one lonely Victorian house surrounded by a fence. It generates 1 to 1 there, and here we have 14 to 13 in Fife if we connect all the houses, which is not guaranteed at the beginning. Then Rochester upon Medway. This is looking like a decent little town there, but I'm mostly looking for big towns. Let's see these guys. Leeds, Swansea, Northeast Lincolnshire. No, this one's a little bit bigger. Where are all the cities? Hello, cities. Are you there? Now, Sunderland, this is an interesting town. This is looking really good because when you place some tracks, you'll want to, oh my goodness, there's a catchment area involved. So if you place a train station, like not that one, this one, you will see that the catchment area is in blue. So right now we're only catching the production of 2 houses in Sunderland. If I were to build in Sunderland, I would probably do something like this, you know, to get all of these. And I would need to change the geography, but you can see that by building closer to the city, you'd get much more in terms of passengers. This looks nice. Oh, look at this. Here are 2 big cities close to each other, generating a lot of passengers. This looks fantastic. I think I'm liking these 2. We're going to go Solihull to Aberdeenshire. And Newcastle upon Tyne looks really great as well. It's got this nice long look, which is good for passengers. I think we're going to delete this road there, and we're going to have our train kind of go around like this, maybe. It's going to be a very short line, but hopefully the people will be appreciative and enjoy going there. Can we remove this? No, we need a bulldozer to remove this. Right, there we go. Oh, can I remove this building? Nope. Unfortunately, we cannot. But what I'm going to do is I'll build this station on this square set of blocks here, and then we're going to extend the this area with our earthwork tools. The earthwork tools are awesome. They're super easy to use. As you can see, we're using the flattening thing. You just kind of go to the squares you want, and there it is. Very easy. I want to build our first station right here. I think. Cannot climb with station. Oh, there's a... Oh, goodness me. I did not see that there was an elevation here. Okay, we need to change that. We need to... Let's extend this. Man, this is not going to give us a lot of room for what we also need, but that's okay. There we go. Right. Or maybe we should just go down one with this and see. There we go. Click on this. I really like that there's like no confusion over which, what terrain gets to be what height. If you click on a vertex, you know that one is going to be the height that you're choosing. And it's super easy to get that sorted out. Right. So this house is annoying me at the moment. I may have to go from another side. No. Train tracks can cross roads as well. That's another option. All right, let's go and put our station... We'll put it here. The thing is that we know that we can have a certain length of station. We will get 6 squares is the maximum length in the beginning of the game. In the next era, we can increase this by 2 longer. But, okay, we could do this. We could just do this kind of thing right now. Okay, and that would work. Okay, let's go with that for now. I think that's just fine. But I don't really need that either. I need to just curve, I think. Let's build our station for Aberdeenshire. Tempted to build it right in the middle here, but I would like room for expansion. So let's build it on this area right there. Let's get our tools. There we go. Right. Oh no! What? Oh man. That's annoying. That's very annoying. Right. Let's raise that little vertex a little bit. Can I do this? Will that work? No, it's still... Game, why you be so troll? Why are you trolling me? You know what? We're just going to put the city right here. I mean, not the city. We're not going to move the whole city. We're going to put the station right here. And that'll be fine. I think that'll be just fine. As you can see, when you make a construction order, the grass gets demolished and it's, bare ground. But over time, the grass grows back, so you don't have to worry about that. I just have the game on pause right now, so it is not doing any of that. Let's put a station here. Right there. That's just fine. All right, station 2 near Aberdeenshire. Okay. And we can... Let's get rid of these tracks here. Now, there's a couple ways you can get rid of tracks. You can use, this is the specialty tool that I really like. You can also use the bulldozer if you like that as well. So one really cool feature of this game is that you can go and put tracks over many crazy angles and things like that. Not these ones, but I like that as opposed to Transport Tycoon where you had to have everything exactly perfect. I need to figure out a way. Now, you cannot go up diagonally like this. That does not work. But yeah, you can sort of do curves on these things and work on those things. As you can see, that the train is raised in its elevation, slightly degrading. Right, so how do we want to get this down here? We need to have kind of a little bend like that. let's get out our sculpting tools to sculpt the terrain a little bit. Can we do this? I want to see how big is the turning radius is like 3 tiles. Okay, now we need to go down. I want to do a couple straight ones here. Alright, that's just fine. We just need to clear this area so that we can make the curves properly. Our money is down here in the lower left. And that's going to be a very important consideration, but not the only consideration, as you'll see in the game. All right, let's move that way so we can just connect this up very easily, and it's not going the way I want it to go. Right, it's okay. Oh, that's why. Okay. It is... Okay, there we are. Very nice. Okay, easy enough. There we go. We also want to add a depot, which is pretty important because that's where we build our trains, in the depot. I want to lower this terrain a little bit here so that we can build the depot. Each of our actions costs us money, and I am spending an awful lot of money here. But I think that's mostly because we chose this quite hilly terrain. So can we... Okay, I want to have... Let's just build like... no, not that way. Aha, there we go. Like this. We'll put our depot down, and then it'll connect. There we go. Sometimes it's further than one might think. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Alrighty, so now we have a depot. We now have 2 stations. Let's start delivering passengers. Now, these stations are going to catch kind of a minimal amount of passengers. I'm going to start the time again so that we can see the passengers actually coming out of the houses, and they're going to sort of leap into the stations. Let's see. Come on, time. Go, go. It's 19th of July. I'm wondering if they go on the 1st of the month. That could be. Okay, there they go. Okay, so you saw them leap from the houses. I love that feature because it shows you which of the houses are generating passengers and things like that. It's pretty cool. Right, so we go to our depot, and we have right now a choice of 2 different locomotives to pull trains. This is what I'm talking about different resources mean something. These tokens are very, very important. It's not just money can buy everything, because in this game it cannot buy everything, which I absolutely love that feature. It completely encourages you to look into different resources and do different things. Right, so we have a porter, which can be bought with 40 money, or a Baldwin, which can be bought with 20 wood tokens. Now, as you can see on the bottom, we have 0 wood tokens. There's none there. So we're going to have to go with the porter. And we will, I think, let's get some passenger cars over here. These are pretty big towns, so we want to have a decent amount. Go to the wagons screen right here. We have a choice of a Pullman, which carries 8 passengers, or the coach car, which is 11 passengers. Now, the weight of the coach car is far, far too much if you compare it between these two. So we're going to have a bunch of Pullman coaches instead. I think we'd like to do something like 6. And I don't know how that's going to affect the speed right now. In Railroad Tycoon, there was this lovely little chart of, if you have X number of carriages, then it will drag your speed down to, whatever miles per hour. And I've made that suggestion to the devs, and they are looking into it, which is exciting to me. It's like, yay, this is great. So, but for right now, I think I'll do like 6 carriages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, in other games like Railroad Tycoon, you had always mail went with passengers. But in this game, there are special buildings in this game called post offices, which are also in real life, of course. So those are the ones that generate mail and accept mail. You can't just shove a mail car on there and say, aha, yes, we're going to have this. No, each building generates its own stuff. Now the AI is smart enough, and now we're getting ready to release this train into the wild. The AI is smart enough to say that you can go to if there are two stations on the line, it'll just go automatically between them. However, stations can be programmed in the orders thing. It's got a pretty nice interface for that, where you can add stations, subtract them, and also change, fast forward to a next station, that sort of thing. Do full load, unload, that kind of thing as well, and reverse. So what's really also very cool about this system is we go into realistic mode, and then we can click on the train, we can follow the train, and we can even ride in the train. I love this. This is just awesome. It's kind of got this, what is it, like one of those train simulator vibes where you go through the world and you can ride the train and stuff. But mostly this game is very, very much an economic simulation. It is not just sit and watch stuff. Unless you want to, you could sit and watch stuff. But these trains are, right now it's just automatic mode where you can drive the trains, but it sounds like there's going to be another mode where you can drive them yourself. This one is on a schedule, essentially, going between these two places. So if we go and look at the train mode, as you can see, the empty cars have open windows, but when people are in them, they close the curtains, which I think is just a charming addition. It's absolutely lovely. This game is filled with just beautiful screenshots that you can take. It's just perfect in that way. I haven't played a game like this in a very long time, and I really like this game so far. But be aware, this is not a review, because if this was a review, I would have to wait to publish the content. I'm just sharing my excitement with you guys. I've played about 9 or 10 hours so far, I think, according to Steam, and it's been really very, very enjoyable all this time. So, okay, so now we have 3 passengers on the train, indicated right here. There are 38 passengers waiting at the station. We're going to see that the passengers are going to leap out once the train gets here. Oh, there they go. And the houses essentially pay for them when they get there. And here the train is loaded now. You see many more cars are filled, and there are a few empty spots as well. So how can we increase our catchment area? Well, there are things called extensions. And the very cool thing about this game is that everything has extensions. So you can go to an industry, say for example the tool works here. They have extensions to increase the yield and increase production, and also possibly convert stuff to other stuff. Like let's see if we go to a forest. So here's our forest. You can convert the wood to charcoal if you need more charcoal, or you can just increase the production of logs, and they all cost different materials. So it's quite complicated once you finally get into it and get exploring those industries. What I would love to do first, though, is I want to increase the catchment area of the station because it's just tiny. Let's build a waiting room. That's good. Okay, this is really good. And it's going to increase our station hugely to 4 tiles on either side. So now instead of 3 passengers, next time this train comes around, it's going to have many, many more. Okay, and yeah, we're seeing this. Now, the money you get from passengers at the moment is not based on distance. It's just based on getting them from here to there, so it's pretty advantageous to go between cities that are fairly close together. However, if the town is too small, it doesn't matter if it's further apart, because it's going to take the train time to get to the other city anyway. All right, I want to build. Yeah, I should build also another. I should build the extension here for a waiting room. And it does matter where you put these buildings. As you can see, as I'm moving left and right, there's a house down here that is not caught in the catchment area at some points. This one goes there, but it's not giving us any more than that. Okay. I guess we might as well get that one below, since it's not giving us any like super extra on the side. Okay. Cool. All right, we've got 24 passengers waiting here. So that should improve this hugely. Now this, the game has quite complicated building mechanics in terms of lines. Now, if you guys remember Railroad Tycoon 1, 2, or 3, it had what I call like a simplified building. You just build the line and trains can sort of, they can roll over each other or go beneath or whatever. And it was quite simplified. In this one, the trains occupy physical space. So you can, you need to use signals if you have more than one train on a line. Hello, my Araminta. Greetings, my sweet cat. And the signals are in here. And you can put them on the lines wherever you need to. Now, I don't need any right now because there's only one train on this line. Yes, my Araminta. Oh my goodness, my Araminta is liking this so far. Too bad they don't have a cat interface to play this. So remember last time we had 3 passengers waiting? We now have 27. So the building these extensions really increases the viability of these stations and helps you progress pretty well. Now we did get one of the quests. We got the first passengers. We get 100 money for that. So that's pretty awesome. Let's go find, where did it go? No. There it goes. Okay. And for each passenger, you get one money, unless you build other extensions. Now, there's another one called a bistro, which I love. Right here, capacity is plus 50%. The stations have a limit of how many people can wait there or how much cargo can be there at a time. That's capacity up, essentially. And income also is up when you build that, but we don't have any wood for the moment, so we're gonna have to build a wood making thing. So I think that should be, we probably should set up a couple of at least 2 passenger trains, I think. Let's see, Sunderland is decent. Should we go here? 2748. Wow, so Aberdeenshire is now starting to take off. We have more passengers than the train can handle. I don't want to add more cars necessarily because it's going to just go too slowly. So I think that would kind of not be great. But we could build a station here at Newcastle upon Tyne. That might be a good thing. I'm trying to think about how I want to organize these tracks so we have kind of a nice way of getting there. Or should we go to Blackpool? This is a very short line over here at the moment. And I'm also thinking, do I want like a double-tracked system or something like that as well? We could do that. We could do a double-track system right here. Okay, what do we got now? Delivery of logs. Yeah, we need to do this quest for logs in the sawmill. All right, I think we're just going to flatten some of this area out here and get our station built. There we go. Now I'm going to leave at least 2 squares for the extension of the station later. And then here, I think I'm going to have to delete my depot. I think it's got to happen. Can I do this kind of thing? I can. Oh, how lovely. All right, let's delete this depot and these tracks here. We're going to make just a double-tracked system for the moment around here. Let's move this along so we can get this coming down. Okay. All right, let's get our... We just want this to be nice and clean so we can easily add those, oopsies. Okay, oh, it curved too early, that's why. Right, I'm gonna have this kind of branching off this way. There we go, that's what we want. Right, and we're gonna pause the train for now because I want to put signals on before it starts going on its next journey. Right. So get our signals out. Oopsies, not that. That was not the right button. KOS. Hello. This one. There we go. Right. And we're going to allow them to go this way. I'm going to say, aha, this is an outgoing and this is incoming. Right there. So hopefully we'll follow our orders and then go according to the signals. All right, so we're going to let that go for now. Oh, and are we going to have more than one train going to station 3? Now, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't think so. Right now, we just want to add one branch point there. Do I want it to go to station 1? I don't think so. We're not generating that many passengers, but already station 2 is over the limit on the amount of passengers it can carry. So we will deal with this at the moment. All right. Let's get this going there, and this one can be extended there. Yes. Now with this track system, by the way, it is very possible to create extremely complicated clover leafs and things like that. You know, overpasses, underpasses, there are bridges and tunnels, so you can come up with all kinds of interesting ways of doing things. Right, now we have this going on. We need to build a signaling system here. We'll build this like this, I think. Now there are no chain signals in the game just yet. So we're going to have to build according to that, but they are on the list to be added. All right, I think we'll go like that. We need another signal here. There's not enough room for like 2 spaces of trains, but yeah, I'll put one like right there. That should be just fine. And then we'll have this one. Well, it doesn't matter. It's just one way coming out. All right, we just want to break it up into a few little blocks so that the trains don't get horribly overtaxed. Now, having said this, I think well, we definitely know we want to have a depot somewhere. So I think we will, let's flatten this land out a little bit. Oopsies. Went past the map boundaries. Oh, that's cool. And we'll get our station, our depot, not a station, depot. Oh, hello. That would work. I think we'd have to go with that. It's not that great of a thing, but that's okay. We'll put signals and life will be better. There we go. It's a simple double click on these guys for that. Okay, do I need one there? I don't think I need one there. Nope. Okay, yeah, that can be one block. I'm not bothered about that. Right, and this one will also serve this train here since we have this double tracked system through that area. Now this technically could also be a single track over here, but I'm not. It's much easier just to have the double track for now. Right, let's go and get another porter. And we're going to buy some more wagons. Let's buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was counting this one and trying to click at the same time. Not a good plan. Now, we should start getting some orders set up. So let's click train 1. We want you to go to station 1. And then we want you to go to station 2. And that is going to be your life from now on. Now this one, I want to be careful and choose ways that the train is going to want to go. So I'm not going to say go from the depot to here because that's going to go the wrong way. I want to say go to the depot to station 3. All right, so let's go and say, aha, go to station 3, please. And then I'm going to go to station, this one, 2. But after that, on the way back, I want to set a waypoint. So we're going to set a waypoint going on this track here, and set a waypoint to go to that track there, to go get to the other station. Now, it doesn't need waypoints on the way back because there's literally no way it could go here. It's just the tracks are not going in that direction. All right, so let's start out this train on its new life. Okay, and we'll go into realistic mode. Oh, look how pretty. Lovely, lovely. All right, let's go and follow this train. And watch it on its journey out of the station. Let's put the speed up a little bit. And we're gonna see it go. Okay, it's gonna stop here. The signal. Let the other train pass. this window. Yeah, there we go. Let's conveniently move that window there. All right. And I love this, you know, this thing about approaching the towns and you see the buildings. It's so lovely. Just pretty. There we go. That looks very cool, that road going upward like that. And this is nice, a nice feature too. It tells you how many passengers are at those stations. Now this one, we didn't pick up a lot of passengers right now because, oh, and here it tells you how many passengers are actually on the train. But we need to build one of those waiting rooms so that we can have the larger catchment area in that town. All right, so we can watch this train going to this station, which is now, yes, it's like the primary station in the town. Very cool. All right, so let's go back and build a bigger, or the waiting room, I should say, not the catchment area. Extensions, there we go. Very nice. Okay, so we can increase our station catchment by quite a lot. Let's go ahead and put it down there. All right, and that should generate many, many more passengers. I think this is probably enough to have a good seed start for the next part of our progress, which is going to be to gather logs and change them at a sawmill to lumber, and take that lumber to the tool works. This is kind of a very more complicated production chain. It is necessary to build the passenger lines because the lumber doesn't get sold. There is no money coming from that operation, so you have to have the funding from other parts of your network to pay for those things, which I think is an awesome idea. It definitely encourages you to build with different industries and things like that. So I'm going to look on the map, and we're going to choose probably the site of this, and you know what? We'll choose it in the next episode, I think, because I would like to just to be in kind of one episode. And I hope so far that you are enjoying this game. I am absolutely loving it so far. If you are interested, go to Steam and put it on your wish list. It's not available until October 6th, but I am going to do more videos on this, and it'll be just like a regular series on my channel. So there we go. Still have 88 passengers in Station 2. I can't wait till we get to the next era where we can improve our locomotives to better models and have bigger passenger cars, and there are dining cars and stuff like that too to also increase income. And already you can see the income is going up. So very, very happy about our start for this. So thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.